Hello, Monday has come around again. I'm looking pretty swollen, which is not my favourite kind of look, but it is what it is. It is what it is. Today has been challenging. My guts are just not in a good way. They have since got better, but this morning during training, doing upper was hard work, which it's usually my leg sessions that take the brunt of a bad flare up and constipation and whatever else is going on in there. I've struggled with what I think is pelvic girdle pain today, and I have worn my back brace a little bit whilst I was working, but I found that actually when I got up from my chair and I'd had that on, I felt worse, so I took it off. I think that's going to help me when I'm walking, but not necessarily when I'm sitting. So I've worked today, took a little bit of time back to take my dad to see Katrina, who is my soft tissue specialist. My dad has started to not lose the use of his right hand. Well, yeah, eventually that is possibly what will happen. But one of the side effects from one of his many medications is, I don't know whether they're nodules. There is a name for this condition, but it's basically growths on the tendons in his hand, which are starting to cause them to gnarl a little bit. But I've taken him to see Katrina tonight, and the difference that it has made already.
Do some gripping.
Da, 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 da. It is brilliant. Like, I couldn't be happier with it. So it has been a nice end to the day, but just feeling a little bit garbage, to be honest. Didn't sleep well again last night, so I'm praying for a good one tonight. I'm so tired. I'm so tired that I can't deal with my shit properly. Went over to the GP today to pick up my letter, which confirms my SIBO. Completely timed it wrong and couldn't go and pick up my antibiotics. So that is on the cards for tomorrow, and I'll probably start them tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see how we get on with those. I don't really know how they're going to gauge that, like, how many cycles of antibiotics are enough, seeing as I've already had a couple of rounds of the rifaximin, which is the antibiotic that I should have, and it hasn't made a difference. And this one is the only pregnancy safe one that I can have, so we'll see how it goes, but I'm not hopeful. I don't like to be pessimistic, but it's not the best situation.
She agreed. How could she not be? This man can stamp.
It's Tuesday. I have had a day. So it started off with quads and delts. It was hard. My pelvic girdle pain is a lot. Like, it's come on so strong, so quickly. I'd be lying if I said there wasn't some concern. So I trained, I did a little bit of cardio. I think I did 15 minutes. I started work. I went out on a walk during that meeting. And then, I'll be honest, I spent a lot of the day backwards and forwards with the health and safety team, the HR team, my GP, the antenatal clinic, because now my GP has started to show some concern for me. Better late than never, I suppose. And I've also self-referred to some pregnancy physio. So it's been productive, but for all the wrong reasons when it comes to my actual working day. But I suppose these conversations needed to happen, and that's fine. I'm just outside pregnancy yoga, which I'm actually really looking forward to. It couldn't have come at a better time, particularly because of how I've been feeling over the last few days. Hopefully it will help me and give me some tools to use at home. I've also not eaten as much today. Like, my protein's hit, but I'm about 700 calories down from where I would normally be. And I'm feeling okay about it. Like, I'm not hungry. And I'm wondering whether there's so much going on in there, expansion, like smushing wise, that actually my calorie intake is going to start getting lower. We'll see how that goes and whether that is just a one-off, but it's certainly the first time, maybe ever, apart from days when I felt really, really sick. So I'm gonna go in, maybe make some new preggy friends. I'm supposed to bring a blanket and a pillow, which quite exciting. Maybe I'll have a little nap. But yeah, it's a bit out of my comfort zone, but definitely necessary, and I'll report back. Okay, I'm home. As you can see, when I turned up at choir practice with my pillow and my blanket and just stood there like, I don't think this is where I'm going to be napping today, and felt like an utter twat. It's around the corner. That was what I expected in terms of 16 women in a room all inhaling each other's farts with wind chimes. But found it quite relaxing in some places where I've picked up some different positions that are more comfortable for me, things that I will do at home. Probably going to pick up a yoga mat because I do have one somewhere, but it's covered in tan because I've used it at shows as something to lie down on. So yeah, there are some things that I can definitely do at home to make myself more comfortable, and different grounding techniques, which actually, I don't want to say I went in there skeptical, but do actually work. Even just rocking back and forth on your feet and having someone do a bit of counter pressure on your back. I didn't expect to enjoy that, especially with someone I just met 20 minutes prior. But it did relax me quite a bit. Baby really enjoyed it. She was kicking away throughout the entire thing, which made it difficult to relax and concentrate on what I was doing. But she was just kicking me in the fanny the entire time. So yeah, maybe she's a big fan, maybe she's not, I don't know. But I'm gonna go in and chill. It's 9:30. Honestly, getting 16 women in a room that are heavily pregnant past 7:30 and they're still relatively lively, impressive to say the least. Okay, so it's just gone. Well, my appointment was at 6:30. God knows what time it is now, because I've just sat there and torn my GP a new one at the lack of care about anything and everything when it comes to me. You know, you sit there in the GP waiting room and you see their mission statement and their purpose and values, and that, you know, no one tries harder and patients are at the heart of everything we do, and just fucking not. He called me a really complex case like nothing you'd ever seen, and then in another breath was talking about other patients being treated for SIBO and that they never get anywhere, like there's never a fix for an infection like this. And I just thought, how can you contradict yourself? I just got really angry, and he actually got quite angry. I was like, oh, finally showing a little bit of emotion about something, because every time I've kind of gone in there he's just dead staring. Oh, sorry about that. I don't believe a word you're saying. Say it with your chest. But anyway, the main reason why I wanted to go in there was because I wanted to talk about the impact that it's having on my pregnancy, the positive result, the antibiotics that I've been given, how neither of us think they're going to work, reassuring. And he wants to put me in front of a specialist, which I'm pretty sure he said he was going to do last year, but never did. So, God, disappointing to say the least. I want to say we're getting somewhere, but I don't believe that either. I'll take these antibiotics, see if they work. We'll go from there. This check is not good. I haven't slept. The struggle is real. Oh, God. It's Thursday. I'm as tired as I look. I didn't get a whole lot of sleep last night at all. And I'm off work today. I'm in a world of pain. A world of pain. I've just been to Sainsbury's to do a food shop just so I can use a trolley to walk. That's desperate times, because I needed the support. I don't think I can. Usually when I go shopping, I'll just take a big like reusable bag in and use that because it's bigger than a basket, not as big as a trolley. I don't need a trolley. I can't carry it. I've done my check-in this morning. Amy sent me some feedback. I haven't listened to it yet, but I think I'm still under 92 kilo. I think I was 91.75, but I'm swelling up like a motherfucker as well. So whatever. It's been a couple of days this week that I've been under calories, so it's fine. I've started my antibiotics today that we don't think are going to work. I actually got a message from my doctor this morning on NHS no reply saying that he was so sorry that I was so upset and he's going to try his best for me. I'm like, if you'd have started doing that about 5 years ago, then probably wouldn't be here, but better late than never, thanks. I appreciated it anyway, because last night he showed absolutely no interest, and it really pissed me off and upset me, obviously. He even was like, yeah, we haven't ruled out bowel cancer yet and you can't have a colonoscopy. And I'm like, well, what about a CT scan? And he was like, oh yeah. If you are that desperate to rule out bowel cancer, find another way of doing it. The fact that I raised that, why are you not thinking of this? Fuck me, I've just done so much of their work for them. It's actually draining. Today, I need to keep on moving. It's a rest day. If it wasn't, it would be anyway. And I need to keep moving, but I need to keep moving in a way that suits me. I'm going to take Maggie for a walk in a little while and just go for a very slow trundle around the field whilst she runs about. But this morning was excruciating. I cried getting out of bed again. I didn't sleep. There was a few times that I didn't sleep very well anyway, but there was a couple of times that I was tossing in the night, and I physically can't, but my body needed it, and I'm just cracking and crunching, and it's just awful. Oh, I've also got to go round to my dad's now and sort his tablets out, because my mum, while she's back from her holiday, is super ill. So whatever the fuck that is, I don't want my dad getting it, so I'm going to go around and do that now, but I'll just lie on the carpet as I do. Sort his medication out. I've had to take my wedding and engagement ring off because in an evening my hands are so swollen. It doesn't fit, and it's actually starting to like aggravate my hands. It's a beautiful time. I'll listen to Amy's feedback whilst I'm on a walk around the field and probably update you then, but it's going to be a slow day whilst I try and figure some of this out. But thankfully I've managed to get a cancellation for some physio tomorrow, so fingers crossed that can help. It might put me out of some of my misery. Everyone that was listening to me earlier when I was saying I'm going to try and take the dog for a walk was probably thinking that's a fucking stupid idea. You were correct, because she's got some new balls. Very exciting. Got it! My check-in feedback was as I expected. Amy's not commenting on my appearance right now. It's just really not that kind of check-in, and I highly doubt at any point she's going to really change anything with my food, calories, macros, or, you know, I'm quite capable of dialing back my training as and when it's needed, but she does say we'll need a deload soon, which I kind of anticipated after all the pain that I've had, but I seem to be okay when I'm in the gym. It's just normal shit that isn't, which is wild really. We're attempting a walk It ain't my finest hour, I'll put it that way, but I think the rest of the evening is going to be spent doing a bit of self-care. Andy's going to tan me. He said he'd tan me to cheer me up, like he hasn't done enough the past couple of days putting my socks and shoes on. I might sit and do my nails because that's something I can probably do quite comfortably, and maybe a bit more shopping. I've bought a few bits on Vinted today. I bought the Tommy Tippy prep machine. I bought the Tommy Tippy UV steriliser, and I've bought our buggy, like our pram. And we ended up going for the Cybex Gazelle, which is extremely kindly gifted to us by my parents. So yeah, it's been a heavy shopping day. It's been a hard day as well. What the house that we are buying, we know full well has got viewings on it today, and ours hasn't had any interest since it went back on. So we're just waiting to see whether they accept another offer. Be a shame if they do. Be a shame if no one buys the ladies that's buying ours. We're just stuck in the middle. Feeding the house has been a bit meh, to say the least, today. On top of everything else. But I did give my dad a banging mani-pedi. There's always that. It is Friday, and as you can see, I spent the morning at physio. I did train pulling hams beforehand, however, it was nothing to get excited about. I just wanted to get in there and move. I knew full well that it was going to be a light session. It was not going to be anything spectacular because of the pain that I'm in. There was no way, but I think it's still good for me to go in and move, walk on a treadmill, do 5 minutes of cardio if that's all I can muster. And that's how the morning started. But I think it's still better than nothing. So I went to physio. Oh my God. It was so painful. The lady was amazing. What has happened is the baby is sitting in my right hip, basically, and she's moved it, and I'm out of alignment. There was something that the baby has done to my pubic bone as well, and I can't remember exactly what it is that she said, but she basically needed me like bread dough. It was horrible. So that started with me on my back, with her pushing, and then lying on my side and trying to put my hip back into the right place. And she was like, how long have you been walking around like this? I was like, I don't even want to know. I don't want to know. You don't want to know. If it can be fixed, let's just do that. I don't want to know that. So I did that. I don't feel better for it. I'm sure I will, but at the minute I'm just very sore. Then I came home and I started sorting out stuff in my room because I was just feeling, the thing is with pelvic girdle pain is that I can't sit still. I shouldn't be sitting and I shouldn't be standing for any long length of time, but you do need to keep moving, which is why I attempted that dog walk yesterday. No, that was a shitty idea. I shouldn't have done that. Because Maggie, bless her, as much, she has no idea. And when she was pulling, not even like really badly, but she was excited to get to the park and it was just absolutely killing me. I've sorted out a bin bag full of clothes. I've sorted out a bin bag full of hair products, makeup products that I'm just never going to use, or that I've like started using. They're either old or I've not liked them and they're not in a position where I can like give them to a friend or anything like that. I tanned and just tried to make myself feel a bit better, to be honest, because the last few days have been utter garbage, and sometimes you just need to do that as a bit of self-care. So I'm gonna finish up my check-ins now because we've got busy bumps again tonight. I think week 2 is all about preparing for labour, your partner's role in labour, and just general birth things. I know that we kind of do this over 2 weeks, so there'll be 3 hours kind of spent on it in total. And then she does like a separate birth workshop, which I might go to. She also does a baby first aid, infant first aid workshop as well, which I'd like to go to and just refresh myself on that. Absolutely wiped from that today. It's made me really tired. It's made me really sore. But I'm hoping that I get a better night's sleep tonight, because last night was another shitty one. However, I have done all my steps today. I don't know how, because I've literally just been sorting things out. I suppose it was a bit of a walk to the physiotherapy department, but not that many. I'm going to try to go and wash my tan off, finish my check-ins, and get ready for busy bumps. My Friday nights have changed. Hey. Hello. It's actually Sunday, so oh no, we're fine. Thought I had lipstick on my chin. It's actually Sunday, so yesterday we had some of our best friends over and their little girl, and we took her to a farm that I've been wanting to go to for ages, but I felt like I needed a child to go with, so that I didn't feel weird about it. So we took her to the farm and it was great. And then we went out for a meal, and other than filming animals and all of us enjoying that, I vlogged nothing yesterday. Today I had every intention of getting up early and going and doing my cardio and some steps. Did I fuck? I was absolutely exhausted this morning. I don't particularly know why. I think it's just been a long week. Sorry, I'm just getting kicked as I speak. And today I have my lesson with Danielle Spencer. So I wanted to be super prepared. I've started to set up the dining room, which I think is going to be the best room to do everything in today. I mean, fucked if not, because like, where else? And I'm really looking forward to that. I did get a bit nervous this morning and had like a little panic cry. I don't know why, and I don't know whether that is just a hormonal thing, but I did lose my mind a little bit this morning. I've also, now this is not a good demonstration of it because I've chucked the rest of my hair up and it is very dry on the ends. However, I've bought a mermaid waver. I bought it on Vinted for about £7.50. I definitely didn't pay more than a tenner. I had a couple of offers on some different ones and I can't remember which one accepted. Anyway, yes, it's still heat. I'm aware. But I feel like I'm losing less hair now and there is certainly less breakage. Like there's nothing in the plug hole, so I'm not losing as much. And yeah, it's just not snapping off. It's a lot thicker. It's got more volume. I'm not losing stuff off the ends, so it looks like it's got some length to it. The thought process behind this was that yes, it's still heat. However, it's not pulling on the hair. It's clamping. So if you think about your straightening, you're pulling. If you're curling with your straighteners, you're pulling and turning and twisting. And if you are waving with straighteners, you are pulling, and you're pulling in different directions. So not ideal. But the mermaid waver that I've got is literally just clamping, releasing, clamping, releasing, like a crimper. And I figured I could still get some good styling out of that whilst putting less tension on it. Let's see how that goes. But I'm just going to grab something more to eat. And then Danielle will be here in an hour. I hope it goes well. I hope I learn a lot. I hope there's some good looks coming out of today. One of my best friends, Emily, is modelling for me, so that'll be fun. It'll be nice to catch up with her anyway. And yeah, I hope I learn a lot. I hope there's a lot that I can take away for clients. And yeah, I just look at opportunities like this and I'm like, that could do a lot for me. So I want to really concentrate and get the most out of it that I can.
And then pose there a little bit and then put your hand over. Okay, now, keep it there.
Yeah.
Close your eyes.
And then look to the right. Or left even. Oopsie.
Cinematic. Let me.
Idiot. Oh.
Booga booga.